Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 206. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to match the CAGED system dominant chords with the dominant pentatonic scale. And it's really, really cool. I did the dominant pentatonic scale last week, and I thought it was so cool that we're going to do a little bit more, take the next step into it. Let me say hello to some of my friends here in the chat so far. Hello, Vincent, Jerry, Jersey in the house. All right. I was just thinking about New Jersey yesterday. Very, very, very cool. And the one and only Scott Hall. A lot of Jerry, I'm looking forward to this lesson. I know very little about the CAGED system, even though my playing probably uses of CAGED stuff. Yeah, we use it all the time. We just don't even know what it is most of the time. But I'll give you a little example of what we're going to do today. I have this backing track here, and I have some graphs, some really cool graphs that I can give you for free. Just email me, info@cherry, and I'll send you this backing track and a PDF of all these graphs. But check this out. This is what we got. Just got an A shuffle right here, right? So we could play stuff like this right here. So that, in a nutshell, is a little bit of what you could do with the scale. Good morning, Inca Cal 71. Give you a round of applause. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. All that groovy stuff. What are you drinking out there today? I got some great charts I'm going to show you. Check this out. Like this right here. We're going to match the E shape with the dominant pentatonic scale for each one. We're going to go through each one of these. There's 5 of them. Check them out real quick. But first, I want to say hello to you. See what you're drinking. Jeffrey Boyle from Philly. Give you a round of applause. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here for a little bit on Sunday. Back to our normal Sunday, the way God intended it to be. And, all right, very, very cool. Obviously, thank you so much for hanging out for a bit here. Got my coffee going, my Italian espresso beans, and my Cherry mug, which everything tastes better in here, you know. So let's get right to this. Let's check this out. Let's put on this camera right here. I'm going to show you first these dominant shapes right here, the CAGED system. Okay, here is the CAGED system in its dominant form right here. And just to tell you real quick, the CAGED system is just 5 chord shapes. CAGED is an acronym for C-A-G-E-D, CAGED, And it's an acronym for the 5 shapes: a C shape, an A shape, a G shape, an E shape, and a D shape. So you know the C shape, like everyone knows, is cowboy chords. C shape, an A shape, a G shape, an E shape, and a D shape. Now you can play these shapes in every, for every chord, one chord. In this particular instance, we're playing it for the A. So here's in the key of A. Here's a E shape A, right? Because here's the E. Here's the E. These pedals are going crazy. They're on by themselves. Vinegar, cider, and honey. Interesting. You have a cold or something there, Jeffrey? Fanny from Phoenix. E shape A, right? Okay, keep going on the cycle. So E, I started at E. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to start on C. You start wherever you want in the cycle of CAGED. So I'm starting on the E. So what's after E in CAGED? E, well, E, it'll be D. C-A-G-E-D. So here's an A right here too. You've played this a million times, right? I mean, this shape right here. Let's just close this part out of this so you can see this. Now you've played, here's the E shape A, here's the D shape A. Why is it a D? Because look, it looks like a D right here. Just in this part right here is where your thumb would normally hang over the D right here. Here's the D chord. You put your thumb here, it's a low third. But if you played an A, same thing, here's where the thumb hangs over. Something like that right there. So you've played this a million times, but you didn't know it was probably an A right there. But it's a D shape, and then keep going down, then you start at the beginning, C. Well, here's a C normally, right? We bring that all the way up to A. It's the C shape, but it's an A chord. Just like that. Now an A shape, what's A right there? Well, you can play it anywhere here. Here's an A as well. So it's the A shape. And then the last one is C-A.G.E.D. Here's the G chord, right? Here's G. Well, if you played it up here like this, in the A, well, it's a G shape, but it's a G chord. So you have like that, you have that, and that. So it allows you to play the same chord all the way across the neck in different shapes, and it's an easy way to remember them. But what we're doing here today is we're making them dominant chords, like an A7. So we're just going to change one note in there, dominant chord. And that's really, really a cool thing about the CAGED as well, because it's like a framework where you can manipulate the chords. Jeffrey Boyle, drink it every day for health. I learned about it at the Swarthmore Farmers Market in Pennsylvania. It's the Farmers Market. Well, that's a great thing. It's good to be healthy. I drink a shot of tequila and a shot of Jack and a scotch every day for that same exact reason. I'm totally kidding. That's really great, Jeffrey. I have to try that. But I'm not a big vinegar fan, though. That's the only problem. I'm not a big vinegar fan. Just with some salad, some oil and vinegar, like Italian dressing, But that's about the only time I'm a vinegar person. And I do like the salt and vinegar chips. I've grown quite fond of those over the years. So I only say that because I never liked them growing up. And then one day, I think I liked them. It's weird, right? So, all right, let's go back down here to the Cam 2. I call it Cam 2. And let's check these out, these shapes, before we get to this matching scale shapes. So here it is, root on the A. And I left these scales because when you get them from me, info at Jerry Cherry, I leave them blank. I'm not going to indicate what key because they're movable. Like this root could be any chord. It could be A, it could be E, E flat, it could be C, it could be B, it could be B flat, it could be F. So wherever. But we're doing it in A today because we have a backing track in A that we're going to jam along to. So there it is right there. Look, here's the E shape, A. But look, I made it a 7 chord. But it's this shape that we all know and love that we play all the time. It's E shape. Right? Just like that. And if I go down to this cam right here, I'll show you the same thing. Look, well, up top, here's the E shape, E7 shape. Now, bottom, that's the scale that matches it. And we did that, last week. But I just thought it'd be really cool to sync it up here. And I do want to thank a YouTube commenter, m.vonhollen, who gave me some really great ideas. I think this was his idea, as a matter of fact. So I was doing CAGED system chords, and he's like, you should do the dominant one. And I was like, all right, let's do the dominant one. So thank you very much, Von. And if you read any of my comments with him, he leaves some long comments with a lot of information, but very, very useful. So if you have a couple extra years handy, you could definitely follow what he's saying. Great stuff. You just got to take it one thing at a time here. So there's the scale that goes along with this. Why is it the scale that goes along with it? Well, because it really matches the shape a lot. Like if you're playing here, why not play? Just really fits the hand. I'm not really moving too much. It has all the notes, the 5 pentatonic notes. Now you might be saying, well, that's not the pentatonic scale. That's one note different than the regular minor pentatonic. You could play the minor pentatonic too. But it depends on what context. If it's a blues, you got to take that minor third. And I'm indicating what those numbers are. Those are the intervals. I'm a big firm believer in just talking about the intervals. They're not positions on the neck. Those are the interval numbers. Here's the root, here's the third, fourth, fifth, seventh. So it's like a minor pentatonic. I'm really talking fast here. It'll be a minor, it'll be if the 3 was down a half step. But it's the dominant pentatonic, which means it's the pentatonic scale, but the third is major. And it's a 5-note scale, which gives you 2 less reasons to play bad notes. All right. So hopefully you're enjoying this so far. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, send me all your money. No, I'm just kidding. Leave that last part out. And this is really fun stuff. Check it out. Is that not a cool scale or what? I mean, play it over. Someone's just banging out an A chord like this. You know, you have this whole scale. It fits like a glove, right? It's like a Mixolydian mode, but without the 6th and without the 2nd. You're jumping right from the root to this 3rd, 4th. Really cool scale. It fits perfectly over that. And if you want the copy of all these graphs, email me once again, info@Cherry and the backing track. I'll send it over to you. It's ready to go. And take another swig of my coffee here. Cheers to all of you. Love yous. Jeffrey Boyle, Finney, in the hizzle. In the hizzle. All right, so we'll go down here. We're drinking coffee. We're going to change this out to the 2nd position right here. You know, we said that we're going, starting on the E, we're going now, it's like CAGED, C.A.G.E.D. Well, here's the D shape. Check it out. I'm not indicating where we are on the fretboard, but you'll know that for A, we already talked about that. Here's the D shape A, and that's right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to make this a dominant. So we got the 3rd. You can play this a few ways. I've left out, you know, I made it to where you could play the 7th down here. Here's the root, 7th, 5th. It's like arpeggio. But that's a really great way to play. You'd play an A here, A7. So here's the root. Here's the 7th chord. You play it multiple ways down here. Just play it whatever way you feel. Normally, here's the CAGED system, A. So we're just going to take the 7th. Play it right there like that. You can play the 5th there. You figure out a way to play the 7th here. That's actually the 3rd right there. The 7th. Where would the 7th be? Right here. Right there. So that's an A7 right there. I'm duplicating notes there, so you don't really have to. So here's a great A7. Or right there. I like this one. You go there, or you go up here. Now, what we'll do is, now that we have that chord under our hands, here it is again, D shapes on top. Here's a scale shape that goes along with it. Pentatonic scale, shape 2. Oh, I left the fourth in there. Oh, no, it's the whole scale. Sorry, it's on the bottom. Now, don't get scared with the scale, because all this is a pentatonic second position right here. You know this. You've played this before a million times. This shape right here. You played it here, though. You played it like this. All I'm doing is I'm taking that minor pentatonic, I'm moving it up a half step. I'm taking all the thirds, moving it up. That's all that is, right there. Ooh, had that pop back on. I hit that on. Swipe of my fingers. Oh, hello. Let's go back to here. Okay, so this is the perfect match. So if you're in this position, what's the point of knowing this? Well, you're playing a D here. Well, why even play a D up here? Well, if somebody's playing down here, why would you want to do that along with them? You could open it up by going up here. Just that little bit of difference makes a big difference. When you're writing hit songs like I do all the time, totally kidding. It really, really helps to know inversions all over the neck like that. But the scale matches perfectly to it. So check this out. You can play the scale. You're already in this fingering, so why not? And it's pretty cool because, yeah, it's the same notes as what we did before, but it's in a different position. You're starting, instead of starting on the root, now you're starting on the third on the E string. It's different tonality to this. You know? Pretty soon you'll just start to play licks like that. You know? And up here you play the A. And check this out. You're up here in the BB box. Right? Yeah, this is tough. Sorry, I'm not paying attention here. I should be. To the chat here. Robert. Jerry, get the coffee filters. I need some coffee. Well, you know what? I got the coffee filters. I finally bought them because I was looking for them for like a month. I couldn't find the, the Chemex ones, number 6 style. I can only find the 4 in places. But you know what? The coffee shop down the street that way over at Hamlet, where I love to get my coffee. There's another place that way, IX. Depends on which way I'm going. 2 great coffee shops. But Hamlet, right over there on next street over, is they had the coffee filters the whole time. So I'm in there buying coffee. I look up and they have the better ones than the ones that I bought. So anyway, no excuses anymore. It's coffee time for everybody. Let's wake up. Best part of waking up. Cherry in your cup. That's bad. So, yeah, you need coffee. Wake up, Robert. The one and only Scott Hall. The D chord is kind of a tough finger position. The D chord. Yeah. Just in general, this D chord, or the D up in the A shape. This way right here. It's a good practice. Just getting these in your fingers like that. And then taking them and making them dominant chords. And that's the whole idea of this video, right? Playing dominant versions of them. Because you're playing the blues, you're going to want to play dominant chords. You know, like if I have this A shuffle here. Now we're moving out of this place, and we're up here. Check it out. A7. Even down here. And I love this lick right here. Pretty cool. And the one trick about this too, this particular scale here, is this fingering is pretty interesting. Oops. So you're trying to control, without your pointer, your middle finger and your pinky, and then to your what finger is this? Your ring finger. You know, that's pretty tricky right there. Because most times you're controlling, you're starting with your pointer, you know. You know. But in this case, you're starting with your, if you're in this position, you can stay in this position. You know, playing that scale. But if you want to strengthen all your fingers, I'm leaving this finger out. Look, it's gone. You know? Then bring it back. Oops. It's hard. Oops. It's a good way to run the scale and just get it under your fingers like that. It's just to play it 2 notes per string. That's what's great about pentatonic. 2 notes per string. So you can come up with some really cool, interesting things. You know? Scott Olson. The D in the A shape. Yep, so the D in the A shape. Actually, I think you're saying it backwards. I think you mean the A in the D shape, right? I know. I had my coffee today. Nothing better than waking up with Cherry mug full of hot coffee on a chilly Sunday. Wow, it is chilly too today. There is no doubt about it. Right here in New York, it is 53. No, it's Coppertini. Why does Coppertini come up when I'm in New York? I don't know. But it's cold here. I know that. I do know that it's cold. You know. I'll tell you. On my phone, it never lies. My phone never lies. The iPhone never lies. It is in New York City. It is Prospect Heights, 36. Going down to 27 today. Cold. It's cold. And the heat, it's hot in here right now. Because like the heater is on. I have no control over it. Even though my valves are closed. The risers get hot here. The radiators, even if they're off. And now one of them is leaking a little bit. It's New York City. What do you want? What do you want? Perfection? Come to the wrong city. All right. So that's a really cool one. It is the D shape A chord, D7 shape. And remember, if you want these, if you want a PDF of these, just let me know, and we'll shoot them right over to you today. Let's get back over to here. let's try out this this third shape. This is pretty cool because it's an A. It's a C shape. What's next in the line? We started on E, we went to D, now we're at the beginning of CAGED, C. So here's a C chord. Here's a C chord, right? But within the A position. Make it a dominant chord. We're just taking that, playing that dominant. It's the same thing you played on here, like C, here's C7. Like if you played, what's that one? If you took this and went to A, if you went to E, oops, can't play that one. I'll get fined. To A, A7. Sunny 21 outside in Chicago. Wow, it's a windy city. Scott Olson. Next time I'm in Chicago, I have to let you know for sure about that. Or just at the airport, having a hot dog or something. So, there it is right there. There's the shape. There's an A chord. Hear that? That's the pipes. I don't know. All right, so let's go back out to here. We'll close this one out. And let's show you this number 3 right here. Okay, it's the dominant pentatonic scale number 3 that matches this. Right up top is the C shape, A7. And now, I left the 5th up there on that shape. I should have said that. I should have made it the just the 3rd here. Would have made more sense hitting this chord. But in the hitting a 7 chord, maybe you can go hitting 5 in there as well. And there's a shape that matches it. Pentatonic scale shape number 3. You know? Really fun shape right there to play in. Come up with different licks and stuff. When you're in different positions, you tend to play differently. You know. Different licks played over some background tracks. Couple clams in there. Pretty fun stuff right there. Playing up here in different areas of the neck. Getting out of the box. I mean, I'm playing just a blues shuffle, you know, and I'm trying to get away from the... There's nothing wrong with this scale. This is the basis of everything we're doing right now. So it's a beautiful thing. You know? We're just taking one note and changing it. I just love that scale. Never really played it before too much. You know, I probably played it by accident. I play the Mixolydian mode a lot. But I never really thought to really just eliminate the second degree and the sixth degree a lot and just play just the important notes. Sometimes you just want to go to that second degree and slide up, but I try not to, because it's a lot about what you don't play is probably more important than what you do play. So less is more. Yngwie Malmsteen, less is more. Well, how is less more? More is more. I've never seen that interview. I think it's hilarious. He's so funny. Let me look at some of these chats. 21, Jeffrey Boyle, Jerry Cherry, Mug, starts off the week right. Oh, you were the best. Chicago City, on the take. Jeffrey, I live in Crook County. Oh, Scott, you're in Chicago. That's right. Crook County. Is that anywhere by Midway Airport? That seems to be the place where I have layovers all the time. And Robert, when do you play the major versus minor pent scale? Sorry, it's confusing to me. Well, it's not that confusing. Let me show you something here. So right here, we'll do it. At the same time, whenever you blend the two, really. You know, a blues progression like this, or just one chord, it's a major chord, right? So when you play a minor pentatonic, you're playing a minor note there. I'll show you on the bigger camera right here. You're playing a minor notes. Sorry. Check it out. When the chord has this note, so you're playing the minor. So right away over a major chord or a blues dominant chord like this, you're thinking, well, how am I? That doesn't make sense. But in the case of the blues, you want that. Look, I'm bending it up to the major third over this chord. Check it out. Here's the note, the major third. I'm bending the minor. Here's minor. How's that sound by itself? Sounds a little off, but watch this. It's a little ambiguous because I'm only hitting the A. It could be major or minor, so it's a little weird there. So if it was this chord, but in the case of the major, it just works perfectly. It's just a happier sound in the blues. That's the beauty of the blues. You could take that minor and you could play it over a major, you know? Especially if there's no third in there. Listen to the difference. That's the regular minor pentatonic. Here's the dominant pentatonic. It's not the major pentatonic. It's not this. It's not that. It's a different one. It's this. It's just taking the third degree and making it major. Now you tell me, it's two different sounds. Here's the minor. It's gotta mean, you know, even if you play the minor. Now here's the major. It's like get right to the point, right? Just straight up happy. Has no like ambiguity right here. Start to mix them up. Mix them up. So hopefully that helped a little bit. It's just a separate two different scales that you could use. One is major. Tar gets the third, the major third perfectly. And the other one's minor, which is a minor third, which, you know, you have to mess around with a little bit. So Jeffrey Boyle, sounds like the Chicago rock and roll sound. Well, I like it. I love Chicago. 250-624. I don't think that's what you meant, but I know what you meant. Hopefully that helps a little bit right here. So I think that, let's see, I think where did we leave off? I think we're on, we did this one already, the C shape, right? The C shape right there, then we went over to here, and we did the C shape. Okay, so we got two more here. I think it's the, where is it? Not the C shape, but the A shape right here. Before we do that, Robbie has a question right here. Can you use this dominant pentatonic approach to the 4 and 5 chords in 12-bar blues? Yes. Yes, you absolutely can. I'll do that. I have another track that has a 12-bar, and we'll run a couple passes of it using the same technique once we finish these right here. So remind me if I forget, but you absolutely can. Great question, because, you know, who wants to stick on one chord forever, right? Got to get to that 4, got to get to the 5. But yeah, it's the same exact scale. That's the beauty of it. Unlike the minor pentatonic, when you go to the 4 chord, and this would be a D7, you really don't want to play a D minor pentatonic scale there, because unless you take the 3rd and bend it up to a 3rd, you want to play this major one. It'd be really cool, as we'll see there shortly. We'll do that. So it's its own thing for sure. And cool. All right, so this one right here, this is an A shape. It's good to know this A on the A string, right? Like that. Or an A chord like this. Well, here's the root. You know, here's an A chord. Make it A7. Like this. The open G right there. 7. Play it up here too. I left that high 7th in there in case you wanted to, you know, play it like this. But really, that 5th right there, the E, probably more useful in this case. So we'll need to double the 7th with that. We'll double the 5th instead. Just like that. And of course, there is a scale that goes along with it. So there it is, the A shape on top. And there's the scale right at the bottom. There's the root, 3rd. Here, so it's the same scale. Going down low 5th, 7th, root. Playing this one's a little tricky because look how close the 3rd and the 4th degree is on the B string right there. You have to use these 2 fingers, and I'll show you here. Here's a trick on what to keep in mind for here, for this scale right here. When you're playing this type of position right here, look what I'm doing. Like if this is the minor pentatonic, shape 4, it would be like this. I mean, everyone, you know that. So it's major now. I don't have that way to go. I have to go here, right to this. So I have to bar this playing the scale. The G and the B string. And even coming down, I'm fretting just the B string, but when I go to here, I'm actually hitting both the B string and the G string to go down, because that's the next note. So I have to be aware of that. See, barring it. Bar. You know? Oops. That's it. Just like that. So, and we go back over to here. And that is the scale, and it's pretty cool, you know, because I'm playing, you know, the regular A, and I'm playing a dominant version of right here, and you could jam out with it, just like that. Over here. So if someone's playing down here, you're like, why should I play down there? I'm gonna play up here. All right. Pretty cool area, right? Had a little mixolydian mode in there. Pretty cool. There's one more in there. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button. Any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. Really, really cool of you to spend some time here with me on a Sunday. Probably going to wrap it up before the hour is over. I got something I got to run to real quick. Of course, the Steelers game is on, and I'm going to miss some of that. I got to go. But we have one more here. Any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Let me know right now in the chats or in the comments section later. And check this out. We have another one here, which is a great shape. It is the G shape chord right here. And I say a G because, check it out. Here's a G chord right here, right? Check it out. Play the G, you know, anywhere. Play the G here. If I bring it up to the A, we'll bring it up to here, though, where we've been. We're going to bring it down here. It doesn't matter. Make it a 7 chord. So here's an A7. Same thing up here, too. Play the 7th here. Here's an A7. Play it up here. I really love this position right here. It's a really cool one. Do two guitar players never play at the same fret? Do two guitar players never play at the same fret? No, they do. But it's cool not to. I mean, what's the point of it, really? I mean, it could add effect when you're doubling things and it sounds bigger and fuller. But a lot of times, you know, guitar players play like different things. You know, if one guy's playing here, wouldn't it sound cool if one guy played it up here? Or if one guy went up here? So it's very similar. Some of them are on the same frets, but they're actually in different positions on the frets, different strings. I like Rush song, different hearts beat on different strings, right? Up here. This last one. It's a G shape because it's like a G chord. It's a G. G7. Now watch this. Here's a scale that matches it perfectly. Perfect position for this. It's the 5th position. And like, don't let these positions in this dominant pentatonic position 5 fool you. It's really the same thing as position 5. Only I'm taking the 3rd degree, which would normally be here. C, making C sharp. So you could kind of remember, easy way to remember this is just remember this pattern that you're familiar with, if you are familiar with that. It's unusual, but it's the 5th position of the minor pentatonic. It's good because it's symmetrical. Let's take a closer look at this one. It's symmetrical, and that's not the scale we want to look at right there. Right? That's just, oh, we're looking at the chord. We'll call that off. It's symmetrical. So I'm just going to take the thirds. Here's a third, move it up. Same on the D string. I'm on the root, so here's the third's going to be up a half step. So I just moved up a half step on 2 strings. Here and here. Otherwise, it's the same thing. I moved up here. Same thing on the famous 1 shape. I just moved up 1 on this one. 1 up on this one. Otherwise, it's the same. Here's different. Same. Different. Same. Different. Oops. Oops. Just, mixing up the 2 right there. But anywho, the last one right here, if you see this shape right here, that's the G shape, G7, with the matching scale that goes with it. And I find this pretty fun because there's one really cool lick in there I like that I just kind of stumbled on. It's like this. You're an A. So it's like, look, you're taking the A. It's really a fun lick. You're taking, here's the A box, right, that you play. But if you play in this position right here, where we're playing it like this, over the A, you have this, the A here, and then the major 3rd here. You could bend the major 3rd up to a 4th, up to this 4th, and hit the 5th too. You're bending the 4th up to this 4th, and then hitting the 5th. Take the 3rd, 4th, bend up to it, the 4th, 5th. With the music. No charge for the bad notes in there. All right, so we had some fun today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let's see, some questions here. Robbie H. Love. Hello, Robbie. Thanks for the question. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that groovy stuff. If you want a free copy of this backing track and a PDF of all these graphs and stuff, I'll send it to you right now. I got to leave in about an hour from now, so if I don't get it to you before then, I'll do it when I get back. But back to these questions. Does this also work on dominant minor chords like A minor 7? Well, that's kind of I think that's a wrong phrase to say. You wouldn't call an A minor 7 dominant. You would just call it an A minor 7, because dominant, usually, it always, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've been wrong before, dominant is always major. So dominant's always going to be a dominant chord, like it's going to be a 5, it's going to be a major chord. So really, the A minor 7 would be like this. And yes, it does work like these chords, because what we'll do at another time, maybe next week, we'll take these same chords, we'll make a minor. Because I've done videos on the minor CAGED system. It's just the same thing. It's take the E shape right here. Right here's an E shape, okay? Make it minor. Now you just take the 7th, make it A minor 7. Like that. Same thing would work. Here's the D shape, A minor, right? D shape, this is D minor, right? Just like this, D minor, but it's an A. So now it's the 7th chord. So there it is. A minor 7. Here's this. So instead of being like this, you just drop it. A minor 7. Here's the A minor shape like this, right? Bring it all the way up to here, A minor. A minor 7. Now you play the A minor pentatonic. And that goes back to the question, is there a difference between the A minor pentatonic and a dominant pentatonic? Well, over this particular thing, you would have to play the minor pentatonic. So we would match up the CAGED system chords of the minor 7 along with the minor pentatonic. Because if it's this chord, you don't want to play. You want to play minor pentatonic. You don't want to play. You don't want to play that note over. Hear the rep. You want to go. Oh, I'm wrong notes. Oh yeah. That's the minor 3rd. Rub, right? So you want to keep that minor over there. Minor pentatonic. Or make it major. Minor. Major. Sad. Major. Sad. I'm losing my mind. God. This is going to be painful to watch back for me. But, all right. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Robbie. Do dominant minor chords have a similar hybrid scale? Well, the dominant minor, we talked about that a little bit, have similar hybrid scales. Well, hybrid is kind of like, a mixture between all the scales. The hybrid scale that I know is really just takes all the cool notes in the world right there, right? Hybrid scale to me is more of a major over dominant as well. Of course, there are dominant minor chords having these similar hybrid scales, like adding notes to the minor scale, which is cool. Actually, I was watching a video the other day. This guy, what's his name? Wolf. Man, he did like a lot of those old 80s videos. Starlicks. Wolf Marshall. I think it was. I was watching the watch it. Go back and watch that one. Wolf Marshall. That's the Yngwie Malmsteen style. And he kind of made up a mode. He called it he mixed up the what is it that he mixed up? He mixed up the Aeolian and the harmonic minor. And I think he called it a harmonian. That is, the harmonian mode. So it's like a harmonic minor and an Aeolian mode. So he called it the harmonian mode. I thought it was funny at the time, but it would be like the harmonic minor, and so harmonic minor would be like this, right? Harmonic minor would be like this. He just played both sevenths. So harmonic minor, it's a raised seventh. Regular minor, which is Aeolian. Regular seventh. You know. Major seventh. He just played both sevenths. So that's kind of a hybrid thing. You know. It's pretty cool sounding scale. So it's kind of a mix. Very cool. I think I've got it. By George, I think I've got it. All right. Robert, are you thinking the name of the notes as you play them, or is it memory without remembering? I'm not thinking of the names of the notes at all. Not at all when I'm playing them. Like in a case of like something simple like this major pentatonic scale. You know, like what we've been playing. It's just the shapes. I see the shapes. I see shapes. I see dead shapes. You know, I'm seeing the shapes right here. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm seeing the intervals. That's what I'm saying. Just the intervals. That's all that really matters. Here's the third. Here's the fifth. It's the beauty of the structure here, the framework, is that you just, roots are always there. Here's the root, octaves. Fifth, thirds, you know. So you see them in all these different positions. You see it here, you see it here, third, fifth, root, fifth, root, seventh. Same thing with this shape. You see the root, third, seventh. You could manipulate the, bend the seven to the root. Seventh chord, part of this G shape. And I never really looked at these CAGED system until maybe a year ago. Never even thought about it. I seen the shapes, but I never really called it anything, and now that there's a name for it, it's a great way to communicate. And I think that's what music theory is all about, is a way of communicating with other people, because it's a terminology that you could express, hey, the notes, and it's a good way to format some kind of process of learning this stuff. And it really is, that is important. That's another thing that von Hollen always talks about, is some kind of order to all this stuff, and that's what I like to do as well. Is that because the minor seventh is already in the pentatonic scale? Is that goes, I guess that goes back to dominant minor chords? Yeah, I would call it always a dominant 7 because it's a flat 7. But I think in a minor context, I wouldn't call it a dominant 7. I would always just call it a minor 7 because a minor 7 is a minor 7 instead of a major 7. A minor 7, just like that. Major 7 would be, it would be happier. You have it's a half step down. That's the 7th. That's a major 7. Dominant 7 would be over a major chord. Over a minor chord like this, minor 7. Of course, it's a major 7 over a minor chord. Sounds like this. That's really cool. It's like harmonic minor or melodic minor. I always do that. I go. That's playing the major 7 with a minor. It's rare because it sounds beautiful. And that major 7 is the 5 chord. It's the third of the 5 chord. That's why it's there. Classical sounding thing from my years in Juilliard. Just kidding. All right. Is that because the minor 7's already in the pentatonic scale? Yep. Minor scale is already in there. It's the same thing in the dominant. That's right. Minor 7's already in there. That's not changing. The only thing that's changing is major. Major. Dominant. Dominant. That's the sound of the blues. You got to have that 7th. That's why we're not playing the major pentatonic. That's too... There's no 7th in there. Hybrid scale would add the 7th. Hybrid just kind of add the whole kitchen sink. Just added everything in there. You almost add every note to a hybrid scale. Not everyone, but most of them. All right, outstanding lesson. Thank you, Finney. As usual, that means a lot to me. I had fun today. I think it worked out pretty good today. I knew that this was the topic and it was going to be pretty easy, but it's very helpful, and I hopefully that you find it helpful as well. Hit that like button if you do. Ring the bell. Subscribe to the channel. Next Sunday, I think I will be here again on Sunday for the Sunday Live. Next couple Sundays. I'll be home most of December. So back to normal here on Sundays. So any questions about any stuff, please let me know. In the comment section, leave some comments if you'd like on what you'd like to learn next week, or I'd say what you'd like to learn, what we want to play next week, because we're in this together. So give me some ideas. Once again, if you want a copy of this MP3 and PDF of the graphs I showed you today, email me at info@cherry. That'll be very, very cool of yous. I love yous a lot. We'll wrap it up right now. And thank you so much, Robbie, and everybody for popping in. It means a lot to me for you to hang out and spend some time on Sunday with me. Robbie, Roberts, and very cool. Thanks for the question. Thank you, Scotts and Jeffrey Boyle. You guys are really, really important to me. We love playing. We keep it going every week, no matter what. Finney, and Inca, no matter how we feel on the day. We don't want to do it sometimes, but we do it anyway. Keep that guitar warm in your hands, right? And whatever makes you happy, you got to do it, right? So thank you very much. Now, remember, be cool, be kind, especially this time of year. Be cherry. And if you want to see another video on the CAGED system, I'll put it right up there. Not the dominant CAGED system, but the regular CAGED system. I'll put it up there. And I'll see you in the next video. Love yous. Have a great Sunday. Peace.